Morning, I'm Max. I've been coaching at TAG for a few years now. For those of you who don't know me, we used to be part of the junior team. When the junior team was just starting out and we didn't really know what the junior team was capable of. Since then, they've gone on to do some pretty big things. Let's see. If you remember me from last time, I'm working on this class. I'm not going to breathe, blink, repeat words. But if so, forgive me for that. Today we've got a draw prize, as many of you may be familiar with. Today is Sour Bros bread. Something, a prize I'm very familiar with. Zane Hayes is the chief baker, you might say, of Sour Bros, good friend of mine, also a coach at TAG. And if you win this draw prize, he'll be delivering bread to your door. 2 loaves of sourdough, sour bro, I always want to say. It's pretty good stuff. I've been blessed with the leftovers from his undelivered bread before. I've had a carload of it to Tofino on various occasions. It'll get you through the weekend alone. Or you can throw in some fire sauce with it. It goes very well. So, let's see. Today I thought we would do a Mont Ventoux inspired effort. I was trying to take a little mental vacation from Vancouver and transport myself to France, where I've gone on some casual training camps a few times. The base of Mont Ventoux, a very famous climb in the Tour de France. I was just telling my last class that I've had a few fun memories on that climb. Not so fun memories, some fun memories. One of which included getting blown off my bike, losing a pair of glasses to the wind, and then hiding in a shed for an hour while it calmed down. So today we're going to be rolling into the to the base. If any of you are familiar, through the flats from Avignon through the town of Bédoin. Everybody's a little bit nervous. Hit the base of the climb, and we're just going to pile on the gear and grind away at a big gear. We'll do a low cadence. It's going to be a strength workout today for the most part. 60, 70 RPM or so, and we'll throw some standing in there. What more? I want to emphasize that we have numbers written on the board here. You have numbers in your chat, but it's a personal effort. Go hard. There's a lot of different ways to climb a mountain. As long as you're really maxing yourself out, that's what counts. Before we do that though, let's just do a little bit of warm up. Give the legs a bit of a break by spinning them up kind of quick here. Not very much gear. I'll try and be as accurate as possible with my leg speed today. I'm spinning at 100 RPM right now, and I'm already sweating. That's good. Just to get your heart rate going. Do a bit of a warm up. Don't go straight into the climb. Another thing is we'll spend relatively large amount of time out of the saddle. We'll be out of the saddle for a minute at a time today, so let's do a bit of standing and get comfortable with standing here. As I say, still not very much gear. Slow down the legs a bit. And get out of the saddle when you're comfortable. If you're on a road bike, I would suggest, if you aren't already, trying to put your hands in the drops. I find it to be much more comfortable there, more stable position than on your hoods up here. Can't really tell you why. Feels better to me at least though. Seem to get more power out of it. Trying to still elbows bent as you always are looking for. Try not to bounce too much. One people do is this all the time. Try and keep your butt relatively still. And when you feel a burn, settle back into the saddle here. All right. Just comfortably spinning. Getting ourselves into the zone here where we're in a peloton coming up to Ventoux. Got a 10-15 minutes of pace line before we hit the base. Everybody's antsy, everybody wants to be in the front. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sit in the pack for 2 minutes, 60%, 90 RPM, just cruising along. We're gonna be on the front of the pack, we're pushing wind for 30 seconds, 100 RPM, and then we're gonna roll through to the back, looking to get into the draft again for 30 seconds. It's gonna be at 70%, 100 RPM. So, let's get ourselves in the group here, 60%, 90 RPM, if you're not already there. All right, just gonna slow my legs a little bit, going a bit too fast for reference. And I'll start the timer here. It's not overly important that you be exactly at the right gear right now. I don't know, something about this second class of the morning just opens the floodgates of sweat for me. Feels good. We'll be here for 1 more minute and then we'll hit the front of this group. And we'll be really pushing hard. So my strategy was always that when I was pushing more watts, I would look to be at a higher cadence. Because as we may know, our power or our wattage is a function of your leg speed and the force going through your legs. So by increasing your leg speed, you don't have to put as much force through the legs. So that's why we're going to increase our cadence to 100 RPM when we're on the front. That's in 10 seconds. And here we go, bring it up. You're pushing wind now. Take a couple gears. Looking for 80% at 100 RPM. Oh, I just did it. I breathed into the microphone. 30 seconds. You're 15 down already. Doing good. 10 seconds. And we're gonna just drop 1 or 2 gears and look for 70% perceived effort, or exact numbers if you would like. It's just a little bit easier than being in the front. Ten seconds. And getting back in the group, try and hide yourself from the wind and slow down your legs to 90 RPM. All right. Whew. Man. Got 2 minutes to catch your breath here. We'll go through this one 5 times or so. I'll see how we're doing on time as we go. One more here. Oops, legs are going too fast. Getting away from myself. 90 RPM. One of the things that Leslie always drove into our brains when we were training pace lines was that your effort, as much as you think you're done when you pull off the front, you're not done until you are traveling at the same pace as the group in the draft of the group at the back, which is super important to keep in your mind because otherwise you're going to get dropped. There's no getting back on the group after you've just finished a hard effort. So that's why I've got that 70% bit when we're rolling through to the back. And coming through to the front again. Bring our leg speed up. We're at 80%, sorry. I'm gonna take a couple of gears maybe. 100 RPM. You got the motorbike in front of you filming. You're the front rider here. And now you're pulling off. Still at 100 RPM. Drop a gear. Let yourself roll to the back. If you want to, when you're pulling into the back here, you stand and take a couple hard strokes and then sit back down. Look for 60%, 90 RPM. That was 2, I believe. We may not have time for 5. Coming through Bedouin here, little town, bunch of little cafes, people sitting, enjoying their croissant, espresso. Not you though, you still got an hour of climbing, if you're lucky. Legs are going too fast again. It's one of those towns where the main street is shaded by a bunch of, I don't know what kind of tree that is. It's the one with that bark that peels off and it reveals kind of a green color underneath, the new fresh bark. Super beautiful. All right, let's hit the front again. That wasn't quite 2 minutes, but the pace is picking up a little bit as we come to the base of on 2. We are pushing 100 RPM, 80%. Up, up, up. And if you want to do a little elbow flick as you come off the front, couple gears off, 70%, roll into the back. And back to 90 here, RPM, that is 60%. This is where you're trying to keep your legs as fresh as possible. You figure, I don't know, who is it these days who's climbing really well? Not really in the loop, but one of them's gonna make an attack here at the base. You don't know who it's gonna be. You wanna be ready to follow them. Some guys are shaking their legs out, trying to get the lactic acid out. Again, you're just cruising in the group right now at 60%. Sun is beating down on you. If you got some water, take some swigs, try and get hydrated and throw your bottles before you reach the base of the climb. And somehow we found ourselves on the front again of this group. 80%. Push, push, push. 100 RPM. Let's go. I can't quite make out grimaces on the gallery view in Zoom right now. I'm hoping there's some out there. And drop a couple of gears, roll into the back again. Fifteen seconds. And into the group, 60%. Sorry, my legs are really liking to go fast this morning. I don't know why. We'll take one more pull, quick break, and then we'll start climbing. If you really want to push yourself, we're going to do a minute at 50% here to collect yourselves, but if you really want to push yourself, pretend you're in a race. Just push through that minute. Don't let the lead group get away from you. Sorry, I've kind of gone a little bit random with our pulls on the front here and the timing. It's often the way it is though in the group. All right, here we go. Let's go one more pull on the front. Up, 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 80%. 100 RPM, push, push. Allez, allez. And pull off, 70%. Ten seconds. All right, Let's take our 50% here. Personal choice of cadence. For 1 minute, just a minute, no longer. And then we're gonna start climbing. So, as I say, I think what you have in the chat, you're gonna be climbing at 85%. And that's gonna be our kind of base for the next 9 minutes. Pushing. Yeah, I would say that's just about right. My goal here is that we're pushing a hard enough gear that we couldn't bring our cadence above 90 RPM if we wanted to. You're really out of gears on this climb. It's really steep. And then when we stand, adjust the gear a little bit, give yourself a little break, maybe. Really just trying to survive for 9 minutes here at a low cadence. And here we go. We're coming around this switchback. I'm just gonna drop a whole bunch of gears now. It really ramps up quick. We are climbing. We are in the lead group. I'm looking for 60 to 70 RPM here, just mashing away. Whew. Okay, I did it again, I breathed. I'm gonna aim for about a minute of standing every 2 minutes, or 3 minutes that is. Oh boy, oh yeah, that hurts. We're going hard. Still have to sustain for 9 minutes though. Shouldn't be dead yet. Just grinding away. We'll stand in another minute. Oh boy. Right about now you're thinking to yourself, I'm only about a minute in, got another hour to go. This is not gonna be good. You will persevere though. If this is a bit too hard, settle into what you think you can just hold on to for 9 minutes. Whatever standing position you find most comfortable, we're gonna settle into right now for 1 minute. You can slow your cadence down a little, just sort of giving yourself a rest. I wanna say dance like Lance, but it's not what it feels like. 30 seconds, keep it up. Possibly the hardest part about this workout, we're gonna settle back into the saddle. Trying to keep that gear that we had going before. Push it. Come on. Up, 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 up. Allez, allez, sail the fence. Let's go. This is where if you have Hell's Bells on your soundtrack at home, you get it going. Absolutely blast the intro. You're trying not to rock back and forth, but not a lot you can do about it. One more here. Come on. Allez. Push, push, push. I said the Belgians say, push, push, push. Bunch of spray paint on the road. It's calling your name. All right, let's stand again. Assess the group's strength here. Is everybody hurting the same? Just slow your cadence a bit. See if you can get a few extra breaths, deep ones. 30 seconds. It hurts, just imagine the fame awaiting you at the top though. Maybe a can of something sparkly and cold. Come on. Go through this one more time. Back in the saddle. Push, push. Don't give up. Let's go. Minute and a half in the saddle here. This is where I wish the camera didn't have such good resolution. Come on, one more minute in the saddle. You got it. Up, up, up. Doing everything you can now to stay on top of this gear. Even if you're falling apart a little bit. Oh, stay in the saddle, Max. Come on. Pushing and pulling. Think about every part of the stroke. Take your mind off the pain. And we're gonna stand one last time for the last minute. Let's do that right now. Up, up. Almost there, 30 seconds. Allez, allez, allez. Might need somebody to catch you when you fall off your bike at the end. Almost there, 15, come on. Up, up. And 3, 2. Bunch of gear off. Spin your legs. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Spin your legs while you catch your breath. Oh boy. Nice. We can pretend we flatted. Have to wait for the team car. Woo! Well done, guys. Really is a New Year's resolution ride for me. Need to regain my fitness after that little bit of a holiday. Whew. Well, thank you for joining us. I hope you're feeling as bad as I am right now. Whew. Can feel your legs growing in diameter. Cruise back down to Bedouin for I don't know, chilled wine of some sort. Make sure you stretch out after that, especially after those power workouts. Stretch everything so you're not injuring your knees. Whew. That's it, 8:35? Nice. Right.